basically contrary to most mainstream economic opinion, wealth inequality is actually the central problem that we're facing right now. If one group goes into debt, some group must be accumulating credit. Like, this has to balance out. And it's not possible for everybody to lose their assets. Not unless, there's been the fucking earthquake, which there hadn't been, the assets still existed, right? So I was just sitting there and I was thinking, people aren't spending because they're losing their assets, which means they're actually spending more than they can possibly spend. Governments aren't spending because they're losing their assets, which means that they're spending more than they can possibly spend in the long run. It just doesn't balance. It's not possible. Where are these, it was as if everything was like being taken by aliens, as if all of the assets. And then obviously I'm sitting there on the Citibank trading floor as somebody who'd been paid nearly £500,000 the previous 2 years, surrounded by millionaires, right? And then you just suddenly realize, like, oh my God, like, we are the balance, right? The balance is us, like, and not just us, because of course, whilst we were rich people, the people whose money we move are even richer people. And you start realizing, at that time, similarly to now, the stock market was ripping to all-time highs. And you were starting to see like house prices starting to move, and the gold price was starting to go, and and I suddenly realized, like, the reason that families are losing their homes and the reason that governments are going bankrupt is because the wealth that used to be being held by ordinary families and by governments is being transferred to the rich and the super rich. And once I realized that, I realized immediately that is a problem which would worsen over time.